Welcome back to another video, guys. Today, super excited because we are going to be talking about GlamLite's latest launch, and this is their happy hour collection. I picked up 2 items from the collection and I'm super excited. As you can tell, I am kind of full glam already. I did use one of these palettes on my eyes, so stick around for the tutorial demo portion of my final thoughts towards the end of today's video. So GlamLite's latest collection is the Happy Hour collection, like I said. This is the card that came with my box. So it comes with 4 different palettes. We have the chocolate martini, which is one of the ones that I have. We've got the dirty martini, which is the other one that I ordered, as well as the Margarita palette. I'll go ahead and insert a photo. And last but not least, the wine palette, which is a all purple palette. They also launched 2 highlighters, Mimosa and Pina Colada, and they launched a lip bundle as well, which comes with 5 different shades that include glosses and liquid matte lipsticks, I believe. And then last but not least, a cocktail shaker to just go with the theme of the collection. So this is actually the first time that I have tried GlamLite. Whenever I thought of GlamLite before, it was in reference to their like food themed palettes, and to be honest, none of those ever really caught my attention. The collection before this one that really did spark my interest was actually the Michaela palette. When it launched, I had planned to pick it up, but as you guys all know, it sold out and then it went to pre-order and I missed the pre-order, and I just never went back around to ordering it. But when I saw this launch and their pictures on Instagram, the promo pictures, the videos, I was like, holy moly, that is really cute. Plus the packaging, you've got to be kidding me. So GlamLite as a brand is cruelty free and they are vegan, which if you've been here for a while, you know that is perfect for me. Hashtag Carmine free on this channel. It's also a Black owned and woman owned business, so yay for that. So let's get into the details of this collection. So like I said, it comes with 4 different palettes, and each of those palettes are $35 each, and they come in this gorgeous packaging. The packaging, actually, I kind of ripped off the top part, but each palette comes in this kind of bottle-shaped plastic packaging, and it even has a gold foil. You have to take this off in order to access the palette on the inside. The 2 highlighters, like I mentioned, Pina Colada and Mimosa, and those are going for $14 each. And then the lip bundle, which comes with 5 lip products, that I believe is $32. When it came down to pick which of these palettes I was gonna pick up, it was actually pretty hard between 3 of them. The Margarita palette, although really beautiful, really stunning, I felt like the shades in it were more summer, springtime, so I didn't feel like I would be using it as often since we are in the fall going into winter. The wine palette, I love purple eyeshadow, so that was an immediate like, oh man, I really want that one. I feel like I've been buying a lot of purple toned palettes lately, or palettes that have purple shades in them. So my second favorite was definitely the Dirty Martini palette. So between the 4, I decided with obviously the Dirty Martini and the chocolate palette. I figured the chocolate palette, I could get a lot of more soft, neutral looks out of it. And for my pops of color, I would go with the Dirty Martini palette. I'm gonna go ahead and insert some pictures and or videos of swatches of both palettes, starting off with the Chocolate Martini palette. And this is actually the palette that I have on my eyes today. This palette comes with 7 matte shades and 8 shimmery metallic shades. And the Dirty Martini palette comes with 7 matte shades and 8 shimmer metallic shades. In addition to these swatches, I'll show you what the palette looks like on the inside. So this is the Dirty Martini palette. We have some stunning metallics in there. Comes with a mirror. The packaging on this is also really cute. On the front, it says genuine quality. It's got your kind of seal of approval, and on the back, you've got the nutrition facts label. Same goes for the Chocolate Martini palette. This is actually meant to be dark chocolate. It has the nutrition facts label, and I'll show you on the inside what it looks like. This one obviously looks somewhat swatch because I've already used it on my eyes. So between the two, deciding on which two I was going to use for today's video, I decided going with the Chocolate Martini palette just because I feel like in the last video I did a green eyeshadow look. So if you are interested in seeing a video demo or a tutorial look with the Dirty Martini palette, go ahead and leave me a comment below and let me know, and I can definitely do that for you guys. Let's dive into the tutorial demo portion, and at the end of the video, I'll let you guys know my final thoughts. So let's get into the demo portion of this video. I don't know which of these palettes I want to use. They are both super stunning and gorgeous. Here's the Chocolate Martini palette. Again, for you guys to see, look at this blue shade. This is so pretty. And then the Dirty Martini, I am a sucker for a green eyeshadow palette, so you guys probably know that by now, but again, look at those shades. Take a look at that one right there. That is stunning. I think I'm gonna do the Chocolate Martini palette. I really do wanna use this color right here, this like purpley blue shade. But again, I feel like we kind of did that in the last video. So let's take a quick look and see. Let's do a pinky eyeshadow look, more pink toned eyeshadow look. I am gonna start off with this shade right here, Irish Cream, as kind of my transition shade, and I'm using this Urban Decay brush from their Naked Honey palette. This is the two-ended brush. It is stained, but I did wipe it off on my color switch, so I'm gonna dip into that shade. And this is my first time using GlamLite eyeshadow, so we'll see how it goes. I'm wondering, you know what, let's put some base down. I'm gonna lay down just a little bit of my JOAH Cosmetics, what's this thing called? Something Canvas, I don't remember what it's called. I'll put it somewhere here on the screen. I'm gonna take just a little bit of that on the Anissa Spot Treatment. And in here, this kind of inner corner, because that's where I tend to have a lot more darkness. So now we're gonna go in with that Irish Cream shade, and I'm gonna place it kind of right above my crease, and I'm patting it in. So that's the shade right there. It's definitely giving us a pinky tones, which is great. And what I've been doing lately is kind of taking my transition shade and using that to outline the V shape that I enjoy on my eye shape. And these palettes do come with a mirror. And I'll probably speed through a lot of this just so this video isn't a million years long, but take your time blending. So I'm taking it, just whatever's on the brush, and kind of bringing it into this corner here. I'm not bringing it all the way in here, but just right down a bit onto the lid. So there we've got Irish Cream blended perfectly. I'm not seeing any patchiness, any weirdness like that. The pigment seems to be, it's pretty much what you see in the pan, so that's good. I hate it when, you know, there's shades that in the pan it looks one way, when you put it on your eye it looks different. A lot of times that may be just the way the shade is reacting with your skin tone, like the way the colors mesh. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to use the JOAH Cosmetics eye base, just in case. Okay, next, to deepen up the crease, I am gonna go into this shade right here, Bittersweet. And this looks like more of a cool toned brown. So there you can see it right there. This Sigma Firm Blender, the E44, which has a more pointed tip. I'm gonna pick up a bit of that, tap off, and I'm gonna put it right into my crease, this kind of outer corner. And it is gonna get onto, it is getting on my lid, but that's fine. I'm not bringing it all the way down the lid. I just want a little bit of definition here. And just with whatever amount is there, I'm kind of moving it back and forth in the crease. I'm gonna take a little bit more, and this time I took the eyeshadow on the side of the brush and I'm gonna lay that side into my crease. We're gonna start shadowing out that V shape. Okay, looking close here. That looks great. They're blending into each other nicely. Next shade I'm gonna go into, I'm trying to use as many shades out of this palette as I possibly can. This purpley mauve shade right here called Night In. Sorry, it's called All Night. And I'm gonna go back with that original double-ended or dual-ended Urban Decay brush. I'm just kind of getting any excess pigment that was on it off. And I'm gonna take this shade on the side of the brush, and I'm gonna use this right in the middle of my lid to pat the color, to pat the shade. There we go. Oh man, this is turning into a purple look. And I'm patting that shade on the lid. Okay, so nice pigment. Not anything that's like, oh my gosh, that's pigmented, but still pretty payoff. And I'm still using that flat side of the brush to pat, and I'm not flipping it so the color gets up into the crease, but I'm just kind of moving it up towards the crease and blending it into the crease as I move it up. And I left this inner corner right here blank. Okay, next, I'm gonna take kind of like a flat shader brush and I'm gonna go into dark chocolate. This is the deepest color in the palette, and this looks kind of like a purpley brown. So that is it on the brush, and I'm gonna place this, again, I'm patting on the outer corner of my lid, and I'm placing it at an angle. Wow, that's pigmented. I'm placing it at an angle and bringing it down towards my lash line. Once I've got that placed, what I'm gonna do is kind of wipe off some of that excess on my little towel here and just keep patting it and blending it into the lighter purple shade that we applied and into the crease, and drag it up. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I do have pretty much my entire base makeup on already, and I'm using these deeper shadows, and I have no fallout whatsoever. So points there. I'm gonna go back into that lighter pinky mauve shade on the same brush, and I'm gonna pat over the line where that darker purple, dark chocolate shade and this purple shade meet. Okay, so this is what we have so far. What do we want to do in the inner corner here? I am between the shade Extra Lit right here and this one Ganache. Okay, so we have Ganache right here and Extra Lit. I think Ganache might be darker than what I want for this look on that inner area. So I think we're definitely gonna go in with Extra Lit. And to do that, I'm actually gonna use a brush. I'm gonna do it with the brush first and see how it goes. So I'm taking this kind of flat shader brush. This is a Moda Pro BMX 466 shader brush. And I am just gonna kind of dip into that shade. We've got some on the brush right there. And I am gonna pat this shade just into that open space. Okay, yeah, no, we're not doing that with the brush. We're gonna go in with our finger. Yep, that's what I wanted. I am gonna go back into that, this color is so pretty, this pink color. I'm gonna go back into that flat shader brush just to help smooth it out right here. And I did bring it over almost a third of the way in, We're a little bit past the fourth of the way in. Let's get some setting spray on this. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, Vanilla Vodka or Vodka Vanilla, which is the lightest shade in the palette, on a pencil brush. And I'm gonna bring that right into the very corner here and marry it into that pink shade, Extra Lit. And this is a dry brush. I haven't wet this brush. Let me go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll come back and do the lower lash line together. Go ahead and do this lower lash line. So I'm looking for a brush. I'm gonna use this short smudger brush from Moda right here, and we're gonna go in with, and just so we can try as many shades out of this palette as possible. We're gonna shade right here, Girls Night Out. And I'm gonna bring it as close as I possibly can to my lash line and press. So without adding anything to the brush, I'm smudging it forward towards the inner part of my eye. I'm not bringing it all the way in. I brought it about 3/4 of the way in. And we're gonna do the same on the other eye. Now that we have that place, I'm actually going to take this dual-ended eyeshadow brush from Dose of Colors. This doesn't really have a name. It's one of the ones that come in their like 5-pan palettes, and I'm going to go into the shade that we use as a transition into Irish Cream, and using this fluffier end of the brush, I'm going to coat it there, and I'm going to use that to smoke out this darker shade. This also helps if you have fine lines under your eyes and you find your concealer creases in them. Helps hide that creasing. This look calls for eyeliner, so let's go ahead and do some liner. All right, guys, so we are done with the final look. I went ahead and finished off, obviously, mascara, eyeliner. I ended up added blush, which I didn't have on yet, and this really pretty mauve pink lip to match with the tones in the eyeshadow. The other thing that I also added is in my waterline, I added this ColourPop gel liner in the shade Overboard, which is this kind of bronzy tone right there. I went ahead and added that in my lash line to bring in a bit more of those chocolatey vibes. But all in all, I do have to say, for my first time trying out GlamLite eyeshadow formula, I am not disappointed. I loved the way these shadows blend together. Did I feel like they were like pow in your face pigment? No, not necessarily, but then again, these shades that I used weren't super intense colorful shades. They're more softer tones. I do think we came up with a really pretty pink look. I'm gonna call it pink. It ended up leaning a little bit more purple, but what can I say? My favorite eyeshadow colors to play with is green and purple, so in some way, shape, or form, I always end up gravitating to those colors. I do need to start forcing myself to venture outside of those. The shimmer shades are really pigmented. I am really impressed with those shimmer shades. We dipped into 3 of those. The Vanilla Vodka, which is this shade right here. It's what I have on the inner corner. And then we dipped into Extra Lit and Ganache. We just did a quick swatch, and I'll insert a picture or a video of full swatches of the entire palette for you guys to see as reference. One thing I forgot to mention, when I was going in with the Vanilla Vodka shade on my inner corner on this one, I did get a tad bit of fallout on right here, which I was able to flick away pretty easily. But other than that, I would say this palette is a winner. I think this is a great palette for this time of year, fall time, because you can create some pretty deep dark looks, especially with like these shades right here. This ganache color looked pretty dark, and look at this chocolate, what is this, chocolate liqueur shade right here. I mean, this is, look at that. That is stunning. So you can definitely create more deeper, smokier looks, but if that's not your going for, you could easily create something more light and soft. The only thing that I would say is missing from this palette, in my opinion, would be maybe if they included like a cream shade. The only light shade in here is the vanilla vodka, and I guess the Irish cream that we used as a transition is the only light shades in this palette. Then again, this is supposed to be dark chocolate, so maybe that's why. If it was milk chocolate, maybe there would have been kind of a milky cream shade. But anyway, again, all in all, I really enjoy $35. There's a bunch of different discount codes that you can use to get 10% off. I believe I used Dupe That's coupon code to get 10% off of my purchase of the 2 palettes. Presentation, packaging, I mean, come on, you can't beat this packaging. How adorable is this? How adorable and thought out is this packaging? You even have the nutrition facts label on the back side of the palette, 0 calories on it, and all the ingredients. So if you have not checked out GlamLite Cosmetics already, go ahead and check them out. They have 4 palettes in this happy hour collection. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video. Thank you for spending time out of your day with me. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are a returning viewer, hopefully returning subscriber, thank you as well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video before you leave. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.